Hi everyone, welcome to a little walkthrough, just a quick little walkthrough to show you another version of my little mini book I made for a workshop with introductory.com. Now introductory.com was an online website, which Craft by now got a bricks and mortar shop. So I was lucky enough last year to make this little album with two groups of fantastic crafters. So I made a few of these now because I like to make the albums when I'm teaching so they can watch what I do. So I've got a few different ones to share with you. So you may have already seen some already. And yes, there will be a tutorial for this as well on my YouTube channel using Vintage Library. So keep an eye out for that as well. So this was actually my prototype one that I made before the classes. And it's using the Alice papers by Stamperia. Now the brief was to make an album, but only using one 12 by 12 paper pad. So it's full of clever measurements, and yet it's still quite a nice big book, despite only having one pad to work with. So when you open it up, you will see we've got a lot of pattern continuation going on in this mini album, because I wanted to show off these Stamperia papers to their max. Oh, there's a sneak peek. And I had a range of abilities come, so I tried to keep it nice and simple, but also allow more experienced crafters to add their own little touch. So if you haven't made an album before, this is a perfect one. So keep an eye out for the tutorial to have a go at this. So we start off with a little pocket. Now this pocket size was different with everyone, depending on how their image fell onto this inside cover, because some of them you wanted to cut up above and get a deeper pocket. Just depended where you could cut your pattern paper. So I showed them how to measure there. And then the papers, also, sorry, the pages have all got those clever measurements where, actually, it's easier to show you on page 2 and 3, actually. So we've got a nice place for an image, but then the image carries on through the spine, over the pocket, and lines the pocket as well. And then scrap bits were used on the edges. But the great thing was that I was able, I didn't do it with this one, but on the day we had some Cool Cats Batwing tags, and you were able to get from a 12 by 12 sheet this strip and room to cut out some tags from dies as well for your mats and layers, so that everything coordinated. But the rest of this page is actually used on the back. So here we go, start our album. So just a nice simple page to start with, decorated the spine as well, so we made an extra wide spine. Then this was just cut out from the papers, so we could just tuck it in. And I just glued one of the tags down in an L shape, so we can tuck and have a little photo space there, a little tuck spot. So you've got fit your 6x4 photos there, or smaller photos, and in here. But also each page was a pocket which had a photo mat with a space for a 6x4 photo on each side. So that meant that these pockets then held some extra photos, but also tied in with the whole album. Then you've already seen this page. If I grab a tag, you're going to get a sneak peek of the Vintage Library one. So these were the tags we made on the days, and they tucked in nicely in there. But of course you could have used any of your dies or just left it like I have on this one for your 6x4 photos in there as well. So still showing off these beautiful images. And then flipping it over, we've got the top half of this clock. And then flipping it over, and you see each page was exactly the same. So I could teach them how to make it, and we could really speed up to the decorating process and try and get it done in the day. And then this tab then just had a little extra tab on it, which I decided didn't like, so we didn't do it in the end. And like I say, the pattern continues all the way across, really showing off your Stamperia images. And flip it over, we had our final little big pocket there. And then just for a bit of difference on the inside cover here, we made a nice big pocket with a flap. So I taught them that. Oh, I thought I'd made some tags. Here they were. So I'll get to them in a second. So I showed them how to have a pattern continuation on a larger pocket as well. So we've got a vertical one there. So Humpty Dumpty sits on that wall. And then you close it down. So that all came out from one page as well. So that cover and that cover, you can see, tie in because they actually came from the same sheet. See, Humpty's actually written there. So that was the album. And as I said, we did use the tops of the papers then to create some tags. So I've just done them one-sided here. So even the bits I had left over from the pages made some beautiful tags. Some nice smaller one. So I managed to get the, mirror in the middle. And full of the teapots. So that was my Alice Through the Looking Glass version of my Intercraft workshop mini album. I did enjoy it. Both days, two different groups of crafters all creating the same album, but they all looked different. Some used Savannah, some used Bauhaus, which I've also used, so have a look for that. But it was amazing how just changing the papers gave us such a range of albums. So if you like this, please give it a thumbs up and comment below. Let me know what sort of elements, what you enjoyed about it, and especially if you're going to have a go at it. To help you, I've created a cutting list, which you'll see in the tutorial as well. If you do want to get your hand on the cutting list, please join my Facebook group, which is called Paper Crafting with Paul. There'll be a link in the description below, or you can just type in Paper Crafting with Paul into your Facebook search and it should come up. And yeah, so have a look at the group, loads of great ideas on my tutorials as well. And head over to Intercraft, pick your pad and come back to watch the tutorial. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you when we start making.